Hey folks, Evil DM here. I'm back with another edition of Idols and Euphrates. This time we're going to do a turn the page type thing, time to turn the page Thursday type deal. And we're going to talk a little bit about Goblin Henchman's 1988 dungeon. I printed it out because I don't like PDFs. I mean, a lot of people do, but I just don't. I printed it out because it's easier for me to read, and I enjoy having that feel of the paper in my hand. And I want to say this is a great module, first of all. First impressions, I can tell, like he said, he found this in his attic, or his loft, I should say, an old binder. He pulled it out. This is probably from when he was in high school, around that time frame when he was a kid. And that module was written in the mindset of probably a young teen in the 80s, thus the 1988 moniker at the top. Boom, boom. So yeah, he kind of maybe modified a few things here and there to make it make a little more sense to the person reading it now these days, because when you write things as a kid, you always like, yeah, this is awesome. Yes, let's do this. Monsters here and there. You're like, yes, this is great. So, not always things make sense when you're an adult reading a kid's writing. So he modified a few things. First of all, this is our maps. Our maps are beautifully hand-drawn maps. So as we can see here, pretty good maps that are scanned. As you can see, the rough outlines of the notebook paper in the background. He did go over this a little to make it a little more pronounced. There are some numbers in here that he probably did not do at the time, which is probably added now because of easily computer accessibility. But yeah, it's got its spots here and there that are beautiful. It's hand drawn. So, you guys can definitely enjoy looking at these maps when you purchase this, or pay what you want through DriveThruRPG, which the module is available. So if you do get it for $0 and don't drop him any dough, but if you do enjoy this and use it, I suggest going back and dropping him a few bucks just to say, hey, thanks, dude, this was awesome. Keep doing this stuff, making more, finding more hidden treasures from when you were a kid. First things first, oh my God, it has a table of contents. Don't you love that? Table of contents is amazing for anything, especially these days if you want to look something up real quick. He has pretty much everything labeled out for you into sections, broken down easily so you can find it in case you're flipping through or you drop it on the ground and go, oh crap, I need to find it again. So we also have our monsters listed here in the back with the page number as well, which is very, very awesome. I like that. And for preamble, he talks about where the module comes from. If you're looking for a module that is understandable, sensible, dungeon ecology, themes, plots, and balanced encounters, and you've got the wrong adventure, obviously, but at least he admits that up front. I have to say, even regardless if it's unbalanced or not balanced, I'm not even sure if it's balanced, but it is meant for 3rd, 4th level characters, 7 of them, that is 7 characters in total, with just over 10,000 XP and 10,000 gold pieces in treasure, as is listed here. There are adventure of 4 layers here. It's broken down for you. We also have some plot hooks here, which I'll zoom in for you. These plot hooks can help get your player characters involved in it. You don't have to use them. You can use them. It's really up to you what you want to do here. You're the DM, obviously. So whatever works for you in your adventures in your campaign. Now, the module is broken down just like this. Kind of old school looking, which we all love and know because we're all like the old school. We all like the OSR. We all like 1st edition. This is meant for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition, but you could probably easily incorporate it into Classic or 2nd, even like later editions. You can if you really want to. But it's all broken down like this with notes, the monsters. Let me give you a quick look at that number 1 entrance there. As you can see, we have the monster, we have all the stats needed for the monster, the notes that you need in case you want to use them. If you want to read something, you don't have to. There's no large paragraphs or anything like that to read. It's just a basic, here's the room, here's the stuff in the room, here are the notes. You read the notes, you interpret it however you want as the GM, or the GM, I should say. Each of them are really laid out just like this. There is nothing really to read except for the notes and the monsters. And there's a lot of monsters in here, a lot of attacks. So the players should be ready to have their characters go through a hell of a battle in this place. And that's what we did as kids. That's how we wrote these modules that we planned for our friends. We just wrote all these monsters in. We didn't really care. I mean, because it's just a game. So what does it matter? I do like that most of these monsters in here are from the Fiend Folio, which is probably my favorite 1E monster resource because of some of the crazy things that they have in there. And we've done reviews on that for Roll for Initiative. And I need to get onto that on my YouTube videos here. And I was in Freedies talk about Fiend Folio a little bit more as well. Then we get to the next layer, it's pretty much the most dangerous part of it. Just wanted to get in there. Sorry about that. It's the most dangerous part of the dungeon. But yeah, and it's the same format, same amount of information, and everything's listed for you. The treasure, the amount of experience points. Let me see if I can get an experience point thing here for you. Yeah, here we go. Total experience for monsters and master. There you go. Boom. So as the DM, excuse me, you really don't have to do much work. You just have to basically follow this along. You can add more stuff to it. You can add more challenges to it. Or you can just leave it as it is. I think it runs perfectly well as it is. I mean, I've not run this, but I think it works just as it is as an adventure module. Here we have a whole section dedicated to monster notes. It goes over each of the monsters listed in here and the page number and gives you basically a breakdown of what they do if they get killed, their weaknesses, their motivations. Something that a lot of 1E stuff doesn't ever do at all. I really don't. I don't really read modules that much, but I don't recall them ever doing things like this. I'm sure they probably did do this, but I didn't pay attention to it because I don't read modules unless I really am interested. And I was really interested in this because of the way it was presented to me. So I think you did a great job. I like these tactics in here, and it tells you things what happens if you defeat certain monsters and stuff like that. And then finally, we have some look-back comments. When he was putting these, when he first found it, I guess he had placed comments on G+ in certain posts and on his blog. And you were able to click on each of these little things in the PDF version. I'm not sure if he took this out in the later versions, maybe this, because this is 1.0. Yeah, version 1. So I'm not sure. Maybe he took these out because G+ went the way of the dodo. So we can all take a moment of silence for that. Long live G+. But yeah, you were able to click on it and go to the post, see what he had to say, see what the people had to respond with it. And there was some pretty good comments there, but I don't know if he transferred into his blog, I hope. So, or Mayway, I don't know what he did. So here's a couple of pages. Each room is broken down and given some, some information there. And then we have our final thoughts right here, what he thought of everything overall. And that is basically the entire module of 20 pages. And I think it works. I think this would be great for one night of some fabulous gaming with your buddies around the table. I mean, grab some Cheetos, grab some soda, or whatever you want to grab, and play some, 1E, and think it's 1988 all over again, and you're playing in your mom's basement or your mom's living room or the kitchen or something, and you're rolling dice with your buddies, and I don't know, you think it's fun because it's Halloween and you like candles and you can't see the friggin' dice because you're dummies. Yeah, we did that. Anyway, so don't forget to hit me a like. Give me a comment. Tell what you think of this module. And if you want to see more things like this, you want to see more reviews, let me know. You can always send me an email, askthedm@theevildm.com for more information. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep it original, keep it old school, and good night, everybody.